Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. Today is actually Friday, May 14th. I have a wedding tomorrow and we have to leave by 12:30. So I know I'm not going to have time to record. And I'm even rushed today because my husband's getting a haircut. He should be home in about 20 minutes and then we need to leave to do a little shopping. So it's unfortunate, but I honestly feel like every time I do a floss tube, I am rushed for one reason or another. I might have to switch my recording days because trying to record on Saturdays, you know, a lot of times if it's nice out, we want to do things in the yard. I'm trying to get some home improvement things done and do some painting in the house. And I'm always rushed, and especially Saturdays, you know, a lot of times we have plans. So if I work all day and then try to record or edit my floss tube and get it uploaded, I don't know. I feel rushed all the time when I do my floss tube, and I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy it. So here I am again today, Friday, and I'm still rushed. It's a busy life. So I didn't even write notes down. So this could be a hot mess, y'all. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm looking at, just to look at the order of the way I do things, I'm looking at one of my past ones. Yeah, I'm looking at last week's just so I don't forget like Whips Haul, you know, the order of things. So anyways, life. So, last Saturday, we had the birthday party. See, I was uploading the video when people started arriving for Ellery's birthday party last Saturday. Again, rushed. It was so much fun. It was great to see everybody. I hadn't seen them for a couple years, a lot of them, because we didn't have any parties for the kids last year because of you know what. And it was just good to see everybody. We had a great time. And it was a nice day, so we got to go outside a little bit too. So that was fun. And then the Mother's Day, the boys were here, and then Bree and Eric. It's so funny, they forgot the diaper bag. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have seen them. So they had to stop by and get the diaper bag. So they stayed for a couple hours and then went home. But anyway, it was a nice day. You know, I tend to forget that Mother's Day isn't always a joyful occasion for people. So I hope that you enjoyed the day, and if it's a hard day for you, then I hope you found ways to keep your mind off it by stitching or quilting or, you know, creating or, you know, something like that. So that was Sunday. And then this week was really busy. I mean, I say that every week. What week isn't busy? I'm never sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Let's just put it that way. And, you know, I had this huge to-do list, or not to-do list, but remember, you know, my plans from last week. Oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I have all these ideas and things. And some people commented, and they're like, wow, your plans are exhausting. Well, I mean, they're plans, they're goals. I don't always meet them. But, you know, I'm one to set the bar super high, because that way if I get even half of what I want to get done, it's still a lot. That's just how I've always been. And I think running my business for the past, oh my gosh, how many years have I been in business? It's 94 is when we started Primitive Folk. So it's been a hot minute. And I'm just very tenacious and dedicated to my work. So anyways, I didn't meet all of my goals or plans. The one thing I didn't get done is I did not start a angel punch needle. Of course, I am going to do that. Because I'm trying to think how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one that I've already charted and that's already released. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a printout, a color printout of that because it's in blocks. And then I'm going to, because I've already pulled the floss, I already know what floss colors to use. So I'm not going to do a brand new angel and go through that nightmare again. You know what I mean? Like, why not do one I've already done all the upfront work for, you know, with the floss. So then I'm just going to use a light table and like where I put a color, I'm going to kind of circle it. And then I'm going to write the floss color in there. Anyway, it might be confusing, but I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it and make it make sense for me. So at least I have that figured out. It's not like I just didn't think about it all week. I got my first cross stitch done. I'm super excited. So I did that and I started a new one. So that's exciting. That'll come later though. And then we had the grandkids on Thursday, and it was absolutely glorious because it was 70 degrees and sunny, and we were outside a lot, and it's just way more fun outside. And so I think that's it for what happened this week. Yeah. I wanted to give a public thank you to finally a farm girl. She blew me out of the water. Finally a farm girl. If you're not following her, you need to do that on Instagram and on YouTube. I will link her below. But her name is Chrissy, and I guess I didn't know, you know, or maybe I didn't realize she grew up in Clarkston. One of my best friends lives in Clarkston, so I'm familiar with the town. It's a lovely town. It's really nice. And I remember meeting her in Davisburg. Anyways, she did the nicest shout out to me in her latest Flosstube video. I was overwhelmed by the things that she said. I mean, seriously, the kindest words ever. And it just, I teared up and I was just like, asked for clumped. Okay, let's just put it that way. So thank you so much, Chrissy. It just really meant the world to me. One of the things that really stood out that she said is that, you know, that she feels like we're friends. You know, we've been friends for 8 years. I love that. I just love that, you know, because I want to be authentic. When I sit here and do these floss tubes, I picture myself talking to you guys, to my friends. That's how I feel, you know, and I'm glad that it comes across that way, because I'm not going to say that's the goal, because I'm not trying to do that. It just is, you know. So that was awesome. And yeah. So Chrissy, if you ever come back to Michigan, to Clarkston area, if you have some family here still, let me know. I would totally meet you for lunch. We could have great conversations. It would be so awesome. So yes, thank you again. Okay. Announcements. I don't really think I have anything important to say about announcements. Other than Kevin's still working on getting orders out, because orders are still coming in. But the people that placed orders and pre-orders and stuff, that's all been shipped. He's really been working hard to get all that done. And I've been working on finding wholesalers for wool and different things like that. I've placed an order with Primitive Gatherings? No. Yeah, no. Lisa Bonjean. Anyways, I've ordered some books, and I'm working that way. I'm inching my way towards that. Oh, and then during CW Live, Kelly Stodola was on there. I don't know how the subject even got brought up, but we started talking about sewing machines. You know, I'm doing a live painting class, but Colleen, Stitching with the Sisterlies is on there, and there was a few of us talking about sewing machines, and like I said, I can't remember how it got brought up, but I have a sewing machine. They're like, well, what kind do you have? I think because we were talking about embroidery, maybe, I don't know. So I walked away. I know right where my sewing machine is. It's over there. It's a Husqvarna Viking. We purchased this the year we moved into our house. We moved into our house in 2001. At the time, I had an employee that was going to digitize my little characters, like my teddy bears and some of my Halloween stuff. I actually had a few things digitized. I have a shirt that I made that has one of my Halloween characters on it, like right here. Anyway, she was working on digitizing my designs, and we were gonna make CDs and sell them of my, like a CD, like maybe one would say Halloween, let's just say Halloween Whimsy. And then, for instance, all those little things that I painted for the fabric line, all those would be little embroidered pieces. You could embroider out a hat or a tote bag or a shirt or something like that. So that was the goal. And that's why I bought this really expensive, super fancy sewing machine. The only time I've used it, because that just didn't pan out for us, and we just kind of let that kind of die out. And then I have made 2 quilt tops on it. Other than that, it's sitting there in its bag, probably crying, like so lonesome and sad that it's a workhorse type of sewing machine, and it's just sitting there. So we were talking about wool applique too, and I was asking about, can you use your sewing machine? I mean, I guess I've only known of people doing wool applique and hand sewing the pieces together. And they're like, of course you can use your sewing machine. That's, I think, how we got talking about a sewing machine. Ooh, I'm hitting the table, and it's moving my camera. So anyway, where am I going with this? I guess just because I'm working on this whole wool applique thing, and knowing I don't have to hand sew everything, I have the sewing machine to do it. I just need to clear off a countertop. I just need to go like this, whoosh, on one of my countertops or on one of my desk areas, so I can set up my sewing machine and get to work. Okay. There were a couple questions. I'm going to hold them over until next week because, again, in 10 minutes my husband's going to be home, so I have a ways to go. Okay, so on whips, I have a punch needle whip. I forgot to bring it down here, but I have started a new punch needle. I'm in the process of doing a folk art bird series, and I was going to do punch needle and cross stitch in the same book, but I have so many of the birds designed. I shouldn't say designed, but drawn out, that I'm afraid the book would be too big, and people that want to do cross stitch might not want the punch needle, and people that do punch needle might not want the cross stitch. So I think I'm actually going to do 2 separate books. It'll be all the same designs, but I'll do a cross stitch one and a punch needle one. Oh my gosh. I've been going crazy drawing folk art birds in different scenarios and different, I don't know, some with strawberries, some with blueberries, some with a sewing tomato. I mean, like, I just love them. And so they'll look good in cross stitch. They will look good in punch needle, and I'm super excited about that. Then for What You Paint Wednesday, I worked quite a bit on Jesus and Mary. I worked more on both of their faces, and pretty much worked on their faces. And then I painted the background a little bit lighter color. I thought the background was so busy the way it was before that it really distracted from them. But they are looking quite nice. I'm really happy with the way their faces look now. So my goal for next What You Paint Wednesday, I'm hoping to get the hands, you can't even see them. I'm hoping to paint the hands before next Wednesday so that then I can just focus on the halo, the crowns, and their clothing. And then, so in the next couple weeks, this should be done. And I'm really excited about it. So, yeah. Another whip. So another thing that I'm working on. This week, I designed cross stitch like crazy. I designed 7 cross stitch, patriotic cross stitches. That doesn't sound right, but anyway, 7 designs in cross stitch. I charted them all this week. Well, I started one myself, and I'm going to stitch 2 of them myself, and then I'm sending the rest out to be stitched. But that's going to be a book too, and I'm hoping to release that in Nashville in March of 2022. They will be fully finished rather than what I did for my first cross-stitch book, the Celebrate one. They'll be full color pictures of them fully finished. Anyways, so the ones that I'm going to stitch, I'm going to share with you my progress. So what I'm going to do is just show you what I'm stitching. You'll just watch it come to life. You're not going to know what it looks like. Like, I'm not going to show you a picture of it. You're just going to watch it come to life on screen, okay? I am stitching this on 40 count Weeks Dye Works Cocoa. And that's what I got done this week. And that was just at one sitting. So you'll just have to wait and see how it progresses. This is about the size of it with I think I have a 3-inch border all the way around it. So it's not super big. And I'm really excited because I love patriotic anything, art, punch needle, and now cross stitch. Oh yeah, by the way, Kevin and I did a live Q&A on Wednesday. I was so bummed that the quality of the video is horrible. I mean, the sound is great, and that's the most important thing, because if you have great video but the sound is awful, then you might as well just not do it. But if the video's not great but the sound is great, we muddled through. I was going to end it, and then we were going to fly down here to the studio and get set back up, but I really didn't want to have to do that. And people were like, no, just stay on, just stay on. So we did, and we had a lot of fun with it. We need to do those more often because I love hanging out with you guys. I do. I love your questions. I love the banter. And Kevin was a trooper because he wasn't feeling good. He's had restless legs and for like 3 days in a row, and he's just not sleeping well. So he was really tired. And I goes, well, what? Let's just wait and do it next week. And he's like, no, let's just do it. You said we were going to do it last week, and we didn't. And, you know, he didn't want to keep putting it off. So, you know, he muddled through, and he did a great job. He's a natural. He's an entertainer, so he's good with it. That's it for my whips. Now, on to finishes. We finished Tilly Goat on Tuesday in CW Live. Which Paint Wednesday? CW Live. I get it mixed up. So here's sweet little Tilly Goat. Let's see what you guys are seeing. I love her little face. I think she turned out super cute. And all her little black-eyed Susies. Give you a little close-up so you can see that the crackle turned out really nice. I was really happy with how the crackle came out. So yeah, that's my sweet Tilly. I love her. I think every goat, every brown and white goat that I paint or have in cross-stitch or punch needle is going to be named Tilly. I would like to do a white goat because I know somebody has a lot of those goats, Michelle. So I think that would be fun to add to. And then, I have a fully finished cross stitch, y'all. I told you I was going to get it done. The sewing method has saved my life. Honestly, okay, not my life, my stitching life at least. I love the sewing method. I am so thankful. So this was stitched, oh, I need something to hold this up against. This was stitched on, oh, what was it stitched on? Corn silk, 35 count corn silk. So look at that, 35 count, and now I'm doing 40 count. I'm loving it. I'm just absolutely loving it. There's mistakes in there. There are mistakes, so don't look too close. I finished this on a little butter paddle, and I used, uh-oh, I thought I brought it over here. Things of the Needle mini pom-pom. Oh, I don't remember what color it is. I'll I'll have to put it up on the screen there for you. But yeah, it's so little. The things that I changed on it, I wrote it down here. So the bird's beak and the bird's little legs were supposed to be in black. But because the beak is touching the dog's nose, which is black, I thought that would look weird. So I changed that to one of the mustardy colors. Then in the pattern on the hat, it just shows like a straight stitch making a triangle. Well, I just, let's see if you can see it. It's way easier to show you than to try to explain it. Okay. So can you see on the little bird how I did his hat? And then that little black dot, I just did one little black stitch so it looked like a little ball on top. And then these little thought bubble things going up, those are charted in black. And the little thought bubble was outlined in black stitches. And I just thought that would be too heavy and it would make your eye go to that. And I didn't want that. So I just did the white and then I changed those 4 little dots to white. And I think it turned out really cute for my first one. I was originally going to put it on a book. And I decided I didn't want to, waste a book on my little cross stitch. Does that sound bad? But I looked around and I found this paddle. Now, normally this paddle you would want to finish going vertical. But the horizontal way is so cute. And then I just took some rusty wire and a rusty star and just wrapped it around the handle. And I just thought it turned out cute. So I'm going to write on the back of this. I'm going to date it and I'm going to write on the back that this was my very first completed cross stitch. Yay! I'm so excited. And oh, that was something else that was super sweet that Chrissy said in her latest Flosstube. She said, you guys were all encouraging me and supporting me in my cross stitch adventure, that she didn't realize I didn't know how to cross stitch. I know, it's crazy. I've designed cross stitch for how long? How many designs do I have now? It's insane. And I'm just now learning how to cross stitch. But I never would have dreamed that I would design cross stitch or be doing it myself. You have to thank your LNSs because it was the shop owners coming into my booth or my room at Nashville Market saying, we love your designs, but we can't sell punch needle in our shop. It just doesn't sell for us, but you need to do cross stitch. And this went on for the minimum of 2 years. I want to say it went on for 3 years, but finally I took the plunge and I did it. And there you go. Okay. It's weird because I'm looking at these notes to stay on track from last week and I want to talk about what's on these notes. So it's very confusing. I probably shouldn't do it this way anymore. Okay, haul. The only haul I have this week. Ooh, next week's haul is going to be ginormous because I ordered books. I've ordered some things this week. Let's just say that. Okay, I want to say a huge thank you to Chris Williams. I can't say enough about how sweet she is. Chris Williams has become a friend of mine. She is a painter, a decorative painter. She works for Plaid folk art paints. They have a huge line of products, okay? Plaid, I know you all have heard of them. So she works for them and she also does classes for decorative painting and all that. Well, a long time ago, she took my Angelic Strokes painting tutorial, and I was using a lot of Plaid products in that tutorial. So she contacted me and said, wow, you're promoting our products, so we want to send you some things. She sent this box, a fairly large box with tons of paint in it. Not only paint, but they make Mod Podge. I know you guys have heard of that and probably use it. So she sent me, I don't know, 4 or 5 bottles of that too. Anyways, she is in my CW Live class, and she also joins us on Witch Paint Wednesday when she can, if she's on lunch hour or if she has the day off or something. Well, anyways, for my gold and the metallic paints I've been using, she asked during Which Paint Wednesday 2 weeks ago, she said, have you ever heard of Treasure Gold Paint by Folk Art? And I said, I've never even heard of it. She goes, oh my gosh, it's the best metallic paint you'll ever use. I'm going to send you some. And she did. I did not. I thought she was going to send me like maybe a gold and a silver. Look at how much she sent me. So in here, there is a light silver, an antique silver. There is a rose gold, which would be really pretty for Mary's undergarment. I don't know what that's called, you guys. I've got copper, I've got gold, and this blue. Oh, there's a blue metallic that I think would be pretty to put on. I'm thinking about doing that for her, the band that's going around her robe, because I've got so much gold going on, and that band just kind of gets lost. So I'd like to change that to this metallic blue. And then that way the gold is just on the crowns and on the halos. And I think that would look better. So I'm excited to use these paints. I haven't had a chance yet, but I will be next week. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in case you're new here, this little cross stitch that I did is called Hello. And it's from my Celebrate 15 Years of Needlework book that came out in 2020. That's it for haul. So I want to keep this on the short side. Kevin's probably home by now. So plans for this week, I'm going to just continue to work on my patriotic cross stitch. I'm going to continue to work on my punch needle, and then I'm going to hopefully start that angel punch needle. Oh, and I also designed a new sampler. Oh my goodness, you guys. So this sampler was in my sketchbook for, I don't know, a few months anyways. And oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. It's got a church in the center, in the words and the people, and there's houses all around it. Oh, I love it. I've loved this sketch forever. And I scanned it in, and I was just working on it a little bit here and there. Well, I finally yesterday, no, not yesterday, we had the grandkids, the day before, Wednesday morning, I spent about 3 hours on it and a little bit at night, and then not Wednesday night because we did, I don't know. Anyways, I attacked it this week. Let's just put it that way. I spent about 5 hours designing on it this morning, and it's done. And I have asked one of my model stitchers if she's ready for something, or she is interested in stitching it, and I haven't heard back yet. But anyways, I'm going to be sending that out hopefully Monday to get stitched. And so anyway, it was a very productive week. Basically, for my plans are all the things I just said that I want to work on, continue to work on that for Which Paint Wednesday, and then CW Live, we are starting a super cool, that is just part of my vocab now. I just can't help it. Super cool, super cute. I think we're all saying it. I watched a couple of Flosstubers, and they're saying super cool. No, super cute, super cute. And I'm like, maybe that's where I got it from, and it didn't click that that's where I got it from. I don't know. What was I going to say? Where was I going with this whole thing? Those are my plans. Oh, no. I don't know. Just continue to do what I'm doing. I'm probably not going to be designing any cross stitch this week because I did 8 cross stitch designs just this past week. And this coming week, I will focus more on just stitching, punching, and painting. Oh, and I didn't do a faith journal this week. I was going to do it today, but then I got hooked on finishing. I mean, I spent 5 hours this morning working on that sampler. So that's, I could have took a couple of those hours and did a faith journal page, but I didn't. So maybe I'll double up next week. I don't know, but makes me sad because I really want to do one a week. Okay, giveaway. So what brand of floss is your favorite? That was a great question. I loved reading everyone's comments, and I think it's awesome that so many people love DMC. I mean, that's great. And it was interesting. So thank you everyone for your comments. I will insert the YouTube random comment picker here. Sorry, I pushed the go button before I was ready with my camera. Anyways, the winner is Phoebe Huffridge. So congratulations, Phoebe. She commented, I use DMC floss most of the time as I have a very large stash from past years. I am also enjoying using Weeks Dye Works as I stitch your pattern Rise and Shine. Just started watching your Flosstube and am enjoying it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Phoebe, and thank you everyone for your comments. Congratulations, Phoebe. If you could email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com, I will get you a pattern of your choice to you in the mail ASAP. So you can choose any of my new releases. You can choose any pattern, basically, because maybe you don't like any of the new releases and you want something older. I don't care. Whatever you want, whatever pattern you want is yours. This week, the giveaway is going to be the same thing. One of my new releases, or, oh, crap. I was supposed to do 2 drawings for the live video that Kevin and I did. The people that tuned in on YouTube had to say hello. I'm going to go do that right now. And then on Facebook, it was going to be random.org. I'm going to have to go do that and then insert that as well. And they were going to win I was giving away 2 of these for the Love of Nature sampler book. So I'm going to go do that and I'll insert that. Okay, so if you joined Kevin and I live on Wednesday for the live Q&A, the folks on YouTube that were watching us had to say hello to win a For the Love of Nature sampler book. So the person that won is Hope to Stitch, and she said hello. Keeping it real. So congratulations. If you could email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com, that would be great, and let me know that you won it from the Q&A, and also let me know your real name and address. I will get that in the mail to you ASAP. So now we're going to go over to Facebook. Okay, so we had 122 comments on Facebook, our Facebook Live. Oh, I did that wrong. 0 to 122. Oh my gosh, seriously. Generate. The number is 112. So now I'm going to go over to Facebook. There's me in Kevin, aka Mr. Whims, and we're gonna, oh, you're not gonna want to sit here and watch me count down 122, but I will let you know who wins in 1 second. Da 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 da! Guess who won? Cheryl from Stitching with the Sisterlies. Congratulations, Cheryl. Honey, I already have your address. I'll get that sampler book in the mail to you ASAP. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us live on Wednesday. We had so much fun with y'all. So this week, the giveaway, again, is just going to be one of my new releases. And I want you to tell me this. When you're done with your project, are you excited to fully finish it, or does it go in a box, under the bed box, I guess it's called, or do you send it out to be finished? When you are done, like, what do you do with your finished cross stitch? I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear. All right, guys. So I'm going to bow out and get shopping and go out to dinner with my husband tonight. So I hope you have a great stitchy week, or quilty, punchy week, whatever it is that you guys like to do. And, oh, I wanted to show Rachel's finished punch needle too. Okay, I'm just going to insert that too, because I'm going to do the editing later. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Rachel and Sue, Floss Toss is their YouTube channel. They also both have websites, which I will link below as well. But they both did a punch along, and they used my For You punch needle pattern, which I was just honored that they chose one of my designs. She sent me her fully finished piece, a picture of it, and it's super cute. I bet you didn't see that coming. Super cute. So I will insert that, well, as I'm talking about it. I'm showing you the picture of it. So isn't it cute? She did a great job. So thank you, Rachel and Sue, so much for supporting my work in that way. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. Don't forget, create every day. We'll see you next week. Bye.